everybody, welcome back to Jane's Medieval Kitchen. This afternoon we're going to be making some pork fritters. Now this is from the book A Form of Curry, dating back to the 14th and 15th centuries. So first of all we need to get our pan on the fire and heating up with some oil in it. So I'm just going to do that first.
Hello.
Put that on there. Just leave that there. Right, so we're going to start off, Lexi's going to start off by making the batter, and for that she needs some flour. So we're going to put some spoonfuls of flour into there. We've got the measuring spoon there.
A couple?
So I want you to do 4 spoonfuls of that flour in there. That's it, that's fine. Nice heap spoonfuls.
2.
That's fine. That's it. That would be roughly about 100 grams of flour.
That's good.
One more. Let's make a little bit more up if we need it. That's it. Okay, tap it in. That's it, right. Just put the spoon in there. Now to that we're going to add an egg. Make sure it goes in the bowl. Good girl.
There is a little bit on the side.
Never mind. Just wipe that off. And can you put me half a teaspoon of salt, or a little spoon of salt in there? Salt, that's pepper.
Oh.
Now, while Lexi's doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our pork steaks here that we've got. I'm going to start off with 4, I think, and we're just going to chop these up. Now, we're going to use our 2 knives that we've used before. Just one, that's fine. So we're going to use these 2 knives, and we work these together to mince our meat up. So we just pop some milk in there. No, don't need any of those, Lexi.
I'm just sorting them out so then I can see them.
All right. What I want you to do is I want you to start mixing that up for me. Start whisking that up, and I'm going to start chopping this meat.
Yeah, that sounds more careful.
Now we want this nicely finely chopped because we're going to make sort of little balls of meat and the spice and the herbs all together. Now, obviously, this is quite a noisy task to do, and it's just one of the things that would have been going on in a medieval kitchen. So they would have been very, very noisy places to work.
I don't say.
We're going to get this nice and small without losing it all. Minute because that's getting really hot.
See? I show them the whisk and tell them what the whisk is.
You can tell them what the whisk is.
Okay. This whisk is made out of little bits of wood from trees, and it's just been cut and just carved in, and they put nets around it.
Tied together with string.
Yeah. And this is how big it is. Use 3 pieces of string
that. No, you need to look. There's still a lot of flour around the outside. You need to whisk it right up. Might need a little bit more milk in there.
More milk.
A bit more milk in there, yeah.
Where's the milk?
It's in there. That one. Just a little drop in there. Right, now give that another good whisk up, please.
That's quite quick.
That's it. That's good. Make sure you whisk it all through. It should be a nice. Hold on to the bowl as well as you're whisking it. Okay, I think that's probably chopped up enough.
Is that good? Is this how you do it?
Cider. I'm just going to get a bowl.
Is this how you do it?
Okay. That's it. So we're going to put our pork mince into there. Whoops, look what you're doing. We don't want to lose any of that lovely batter, do we? So next we're going to take our herbs.
Is that good?
That's it, keep going. So here we've got some sage leaves. So I've got about half a dozen sage leaves there. And some thyme. We're going to just want the leaves, so we're just going to take the leaves off of the stalks there. So I've got three stalks of thyme there. What we're going to do is we're going to chop these up nice and small and mix it in with our pork.
Does that look good?
Yep, you need to keep whisking it though, because it's got to be nice and light. We want a nice light batter.
This is hurting my hand.
Okay.
I'm not quite good with the hand.
So to chop these up, we're using our round bladed knife again that we've used before, and we're just going to chop this up nice and small.
This is the third time we're using it.
So,
Is it the third time we're using it?
I think we've probably used it lots more than that.
Sorry, the third or fourth.
So we want the herbs to be nice and small, so we can mix them through the meat. Just keep piling it all up. You need to get some of this flour from around the outside, so.
Butter would have been made by the cornstarch over there.
Not butter, flour. The flour would have been ground on the cornstone.
Yeah. Wait, did I say butter?
You did.
Oh.
Okay.
There's lots of little the file getting into everything.
Right, so we're going to put all the herbs into there now.
That's done, I think.
Look at those. Now, the other thing we're going to add to this, we're going to add an egg to our mixture, and that's going to bind everything together.
And that's what the other egg is for.
Put the pan back onto the heat. It's getting a little bit too hot there.
Do you think that's done?
We need some salt, some pepper, and some saffron in this.
You need this.
Need a spoon, yes, thank you. So we're going to.
Is that good?
Now, in the original recipes, it doesn't give you any quantities. It doesn't give you. It just says a good selection or a good mix of powders, which is your herbs and your spices. So that's saffron.
Aww.
So I'm putting in some salt and some pepper and some saffron. Just a little bit of pepper because that's quite a strong one.
And I don't like pepper.
So now we're just going to mix all this in together.
Is that done?
Okay. Not too bad. So there we go, just mixing all of that lovely mixture in together.
Is that done? Now it's hard to my hand.
Yep, that's pretty good mix. Batter mix. So mix all that meat in with the egg, and that'll bind it all together nicely.
Where should I put this?
Just put that onto the table for a minute.
And I'll house wash it. In here.
I just need to wash my hands.
They wouldn't have used soap, would they, in the olden days?
They did use soap. They had a thing called soapwort, which is a plant. A leaf. When you wash the leaf, it made bubbles like a soap. Right, so we're just going to put a little bit of water in the bowl here, because what we want is we want to have wet hands. We have wet hands when we're dealing with meat. That way it doesn't stick to our hands. So we've got that oil is nice and fat. So we're just going to take a little bit of the meat. Oh, it's not going to stick together very well. Okay, we're just going to dip it in the batter. And then straight into fry.
That's kind of like a burger.
It's a bit like a modern burger, yeah. So
where's the water that I need to use?
yep.
Okay. Both of them.
Yep, just one hand. It's a little bit of wet. Probably just half an egg probably would have been enough for this quantity of meat.
I just put my wrong hand in.
Okay. So dip them in there.
Dip it in
the batter. Not too much. Nice. That's a bit too much. Keep them nice and small, and then they'll cook better.
That good?
Yep, that's it. There we go. Roll it in the batter.
I'll take that bit.
And into the pan. I'll put that on. Put that straight in the pan. Thank you.
Yep. I got a bit of this mix.
Right, just going to wash my hands and then we'll turn those over and see how they're cooking.
Got to wash my hands.
Yep.
I used both of them.
So have a look at
So
these.
I can wash both of them. What?
I'll just turn these over.
Water helps it not to sit to make it stick onto your hand. And yeah.
Bit of a smoky fire stick. Add a little bit more oil in there. You don't want these sticking to the pan.
It's filled with water.
Yes, that's good.
Okay, a little drink.
Okay.
I don't mind if I'm drinking water.
Okay, so they're cooking quite nicely. It's probably going to take about 5 to 10 minutes to cook. We'll turn them over and make sure they're nicely browned on both sides. And make sure the pork is cooked right through as well. Now to these, if you wanted to add a little bit more flavour, you could probably add some finely chopped onion, some garlic maybe. As I say, the original recipe didn't give any quantities, so I've just worked on an average quantity for that I would do something like this. Obviously, it's made the mixture a little bit wet, so I would say perhaps a little bit less egg, perhaps just half a beaten egg to add to that. You could add a little bit of breadcrumbs as well if you wanted to give them a little bit more substance. These are looking rather nice now. Just turn them over a couple of times and then they're smelling rather nice as well. Okay, now I'm just going to get a plate and we'll put a couple of them on a plate.
And finally, now I can taste them.
And then you'll be able to taste them. Let's just move some of this out of the way.
Last time, I wasn't even here. That looks hot.
A little bit.
They cooked quite well, but not quite on the side. Just a little bit thin.
It may need a little bit longer, but anyway, we can have a look and see what they
That
look.
one looks a bit.
That one looks quite nice, does it?
That one looks a bit smaller.
Okay, that looks cooked through. So there we go. There we have our pork fritters. And that's nicely cooked through. So should we just try a little bit? That is really tasty. That is really tasty. You've got the spice, the flavour of the herbs in there. The meat is nicely cooked through, nice and tender. Very nice. There we go. Thank you for watching today and look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.
I missed everything on last time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.